All right. We're back. Alright, we're live here. Let's build. Okay. Okay, let's build. Okay, so I want to hey, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. It's okay. Be itching that. Sorry, my dog will be scratching her some cuts that she has. I'm trying not to do that. Lay down, it's okay. Okay, so what I want to do is let's go ahead and go into here. Let's open up a header. Right. Let's import. look up over here in the docs. Where's my docs? Where's frame? Here we go. Just label.
Floric says you man.
Label. Self. Hey, how's it going, Florks? Thanks for coming in here, dude. Add.
Floric says one many days you are on it.
Nice, dude. We say first.
Myrtle says thought I had missed today's stream as well. Hey man, what's up? How you doing? I didn't make the PR on that add account function yet. My laptop is down and it'll take some time before I can get it fixed.
All good, no worries.
Formidable Thunder says, oh, I thought you were done for the day.
I came back. I just had to go to the bathroom for a little bit. And I want to keep working here. I got the itch. Got nothing else to do tonight. Fill both.
Formididlefender says, welcome back.
See if this works. Doesn't like. Which one does it not like? That option fill.
Formididlefender says SoapTinter is a package used for creating GUIs. Myrtle says I have a list of things written down which I'd like to create separate PRs for.
Okay, good. So this is in here. Let's go. East, south, and west.
Myrtle says, and by the way, congratulations. You had the all-time highest viewers yesterday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a pretty good stream yesterday. That's it. All caps.
Samuel says, what are you making?
How can I get... Forgot with the... Forgot with the...
Formididlefender says, may I re-ask my question? Says I got the import issue sorted out in it file in classes.
Oh, that's right.
It with name throughout the directory.
That's right. So it is sticky with north, south, east, west, like we had before, right? And then what we need to do is we need to find the weights though on the parent. So I'll go here and say
Formididlefender says, do you have recommendations on how to lay out the requirements of a Python project or software that makes it easy?
no, not really, dude. You can just kind of follow along to what I'm doing, I guess. I'm not doing anything in the correct way or not. I'm just doing it however I see fit, honestly. I'm just organizing and improving as I go. I think people get caught up too much in the how do I do things rather than just trying things. There's a lot to learn in failure. Root window, wait.
To check out its docs to make contributions.
No grid weights. Right, and so we'll say self.row configure. And you say, okay, you say give the row 0 weight equals 1, make an even weight.
Axe says, Myrtle VK Tinter is easy, but Java Swing is where I draw the line.
And run. And then self.column.
Infant1 says, do you work for a biotech company or plan to if so can you give me insider information so I can buy calls on the stock before a positive data readout?
Yeah, I work as a formulation chemist. 9 to 5. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna give the row 2. How do I want to do this? I want to give more weight. So make that 0.5. Okay, so it has to be whole integers.
Adams says, Michael Deming add init files to all your folders. It will solve all import issues. Myrtle says that's great then. Tinter it is.
Let's give that 10. Keeps on pushing it. So if you go like 50, is that way bigger? Let's go like 100. Is that maxed out? It's not doing anything. What's the max weight? 2 to 1 you can give it? Distributed. You could, if you really want to put zeros.
Myrtle says is providing self-geometry a necessity, and if it is, will we, as a user, be able to resize the window size?
No. What to use instead of row configure? Wait, instead explicit widget sizes. Replace it. Okay. Okay, so let's not do weights. Let's say, and not grid. Yeah, so we can actually grid. No, let's not grid, sorry. Let's go back. So I'm going to say pack. And then if we say pack here as well, that'll put it right in the middle here, which is good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm not getting...
Remedil Original Run 8GXWJ says, best viewers on streamboot.com. Remove the space.
Oh no.
JHH5DR.
Let me get rid of this foreground color. Didn't do anything. That's like a label inside.
Myrtle says haha, a single no for 2 questions.
We pack those. I don't want it to pack. But why is the header frame not showing the label inside of it? Okay, so let's do this. So this is 13 by 80. 1300 by 800. I want the header frame. Right now I have the frame up here and then this here. So I want to, at least for the stalker tab here, I'm going to call fill the Y direction expand true. Okay, good. So that'll fill the Y direction and expand if possible. Okay. So now let me also go here into the custom widgets and add a stalker footer frame. Take my header frame, this here, footer frame. Okay, here. Footer frame. Now let me add in that. Right. So now if we run this, we get 3. Perfect. So this is expanding to open space. So let me say no on this and see what happens. Okay, so that's not pushing all the way to the bottom. So let me say expand true, fill in the Y direction, and say pad Y. The pad. Add some to the both directions. That fills both directions. Like 20, I guess. and in the Y direction. 10. Okay. We have the frame on the bottom. So the footer frame, I'm gonna say self dot height equals to, our main window is 1320, so 800 tall. So let's say it's 150. No, that doesn't do anything. Okay. Say it's 1500 by 1000 pixels. Okay. I want this. So I'm gonna say this 5 padding. Push them like that. So then, how can I set height of this frame? I'm not adding the label, right?
Techgear says yo, I'm a stalker at Walmart.
Nice, dude. I wonder what's going wrong here. Curious. Okay, so let's go to our frame. Let's set this to white. I wonder why this height isn't reacting here. If I set this to like 500. Let's say it's parent. If we say this color is white there, pack a label, configure a height of 50 of this frame. It's not there. Okay, why? I say like 500. I say just add it in. It's like padding. Let me just configure it, I guess, as width of pack. So just pack it on, and then in the footer widget itself here, right? If I height of can't do that, so it's gonna configure height 50. I think that's smaller now, so what if I say 5? This is stupid. Okay, okay, so we just have the header frame here. Let's just work on the header frame.
Says, hey, it's been a few months I visited your channel. I gotta appreciate, you're consistent with programming. Hats off.
Nice, dude. Hey, dude, how's it going? 50 here. What have you been working on lately, dude? I appreciate you for jumping in here again. Okay, yeah, there we go. So let's take things one step at a time. So, I'm gonna pack it in. Set it to fill the X direction, expand true, pad Y 5 pixels, pad X 5 pixels as well. Now this will go here, and now we have that. Good. So let's pad 15, 15. Good. Now let's go ahead and set
Kakarot says nothing, I'm just in second year of tech, haha.
stir.
Kakarot says, working on some minor projects.
Nice, dude. Okay, so give it a height. I'm gonna give this a height out of the 500 height we have available to give it. I'm gonna give it, right, we're padding 15 on the Y in both directions, so 30. Okay, so let me see, let me just make sure I'm remembering this. Okay, so we have our header frame. Right? And so what's the size of this? This is going to be full width.
Ahmed says hi.
Right, the full width of our project, which is 1500. And the height is going to be, we have a padding of 15 on either side, top and bottom. So let's give it a 30, so a 70 width or 70 height for a total of 100. Right, so that's 100 with the padding included, that is 100. taking up 100 space, which is a good even chunk of our 1,500 height available. So what if instead, let's make it 250 less than 30, so 220 for the height. So I'll say here 15 pixels pad, X pad, top, bottom, so 30 total. My headphones are dying, no. Probably blew out you guys' ear, my bad. Okay, so 220. That might be too much. That's 300. That's 250. So let's just do 200 then. Or 150 then. Yeah, let's do 150. So let's do 120 on the inside. Plus 15, 135, 150. That takes me there. Okay. So now if I say, side equals to top, oh, it's lowercase. Okay, that didn't work. Okay.
Yusuf says hi.
Oh, hey dude, how's it going? Hey Ahmad, how's it going? Hey Yusuf, thanks for coming in, you guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. What are you guys doing? The India crew is rolling up with me staying up late tonight. Oh, still dead. Come on. We're building an app here. We're building a project. Okay, so pad X. So then what we can do, so then we have, this is a total of 3150 on the header. Okay. So let's go ahead and now do self.stalker.
Kartik says when you are struck, you try to resolve on your own using Google or just chat it and learn from that.
Both. Equal to self. Let's pack it in. Let's fill the X direction. Expand true. Pad 15. Pad 15. Okay. So then what we're going to say here, is, so the Stalker tab has all these in it. We're going to configure So the height is going to be, okay, so for our matrix frame, or our tab view frame, we're going to have a height of, so right, we want 150 for the footer. That's 300. That leaves us a total height left now of 1200. Right.
Mercy says, WT, are you making?
A project. Stop. Everybody ask that. Let's get tired of saying it over and over again. Just stick around and find out. So we're building, so why won't the we add this in fill X expansion? We say self dot hack false. No, that's still there. So why is this not adding? If I hide this, oh. Okay, there we go. So what does the iPad? Inner padding. Okay, so then we'll say here pad Y. What you can do is you can give additional things. You can say for pad Y, you can say above is going to be 0, below will be 15. Because you're already eating 15 up top here, right? Okay, that's better. Okay. And so now let's go ahead and add in our footer frame. Let's work on this one. Okay. So for this footer frame, we're going to add in this. But for Stocker footer frame, this is Stocker footer frame. We'll add that in, fill the extraction, expand, true, pad on the top 0 and on the bottom 15. And that I think it's pushing off. Okay, so let me go to the tab view. Let me lower this height down to like 500. Okay, yeah, because it's pushing it off.
Vishwam says, could you tell me the use of this GUI?
So if I move this, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just building like a stock visualizer for your entire portfolio, which is kind of cool. Okay, so those, it's separating them now by a lot. Huh. Oh, I'm just placing it below and it only has this much. So if I say, if I remove this, border equal true, then I already know. Huh, so if I say 750 here, run that puts this there. And he pushes off all that other stuff. If I put this back on, do this, it's pushed off on the bottom there. Okay, which I wonder why, because if I go to this foot frame, take my header frame basically, right, so now let's run this. Okay, there we go. If I put this back to the 1200 we had before, still pushing it off on the bottom now. Let's do 500. Just keep going up, what happens? She starts pushing us off now.
Dummy says, what you making, brah?
Stock stuff.
Punch says, I made a real-time chatting app similar to Discord in Java and am surprised how similar it is here in Python to make GUI. There's some noticeable differences, but
let's take off the pad. Right. Let's take off the pad. Let's see if that fits. We have 1500 on the top. I say 1500 on the height here. Definitely pushes it off on the bottom here.
Godlooks12 says watch the tutorial Python code.
Bro came in here in his first chat and says, you should watch a tutorial on how to use Python. It's resizable. Width is false. Height is false. Right, and so that'll run. Okay. So the thing is it's interesting. 800. That brings it in. Oh, what? What are you moaning and groaning for? The dog just, you hear that? He's pissed. Huh, it's really interesting. Why this height? Hmm. Includes window border, title height, and bar. Is less than 1,000 pixel height. Oh, my width is 1500. I'm stupid. That's why. Using the wrong number. Okay, my width is 1500. So let's set width actually to 1200. Let's go by 900.
Beanbag says, hey, what's up? Keep grinding.
I like that. Okay.
Halal says, what you working on, brah? Punch says, do you enjoy making GUI or do you find it tedious?
I like building in React, but I haven't built into Kinter in a while. It's been like 3 or 4 months.
BRHH.
Hey Wayne, how's it going? Hey, hello. Halal, hey Beanbag. How's it going, guys? Hey Dummy.
Beanbag says, love that bot lol.
Do you hear an echo?
Beanbag says, how do you think like a programmer?
I don't know. Ask Uncle Bob.
Link says, and good bro, nice work.
Okay, so let's go ahead and say, so if our height is 1200,
Beanbag says no echo.
then do we have, so what I'll do is I'll say pack height equals master dot win fo height. Okay, and then we're going to subtract from the height let's reserve 500, 800 of height for at least 400 if we have 100 for other stuff. So we just say actually height 150. No, sorry, for the tab view is 800. For the footer frame, say 100. For the header frame, we'll say 150. 250. Okay, so then if I say footer frame, tab view, let's make this 500. Do we now see the footer? Yeah, we do. So the header doesn't need to be that thick. So let's set this back to 120. Okay. Okay, then the tab view has no height set to it. It just expands. We're gonna say fill both. Fill equals none, x, y, or both. Oh, I already have fill x here. Fill both here. No. So I say pack side equals top. Side equals bottom. I run that. No, I still have space up top and bottom. Interesting. Okay, I want to see why we're getting that spacing here. Okay, so let's take, I think they're fighting for room, so let's take the expand true off of these two. Okay, nice. And then we're going to set, how do I do a padding on the bottom again? Pad only the bottom. How can we pad only the bottom here? Oh, that's right. You have to use the tuple. Top, bottom. Okay, so we'll just give a pad Y here of 15, 15. There we go. And then we'll give a pad Y here of top 15, bottom 0. Boom. Phew. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll give a pad X of 15 to all of these. And then that will make a little bit of border. There we go. That looks really good for the structure. Nice. Nice. Let's go, Scabby. Let's go. We got that set up. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, let's keep the tunes going. What happened to the tunes? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make the footer a little bit smaller. So footer frame we're gonna make to like 75. Okay, perfect. Nice. And then we're gonna make the
Punch says that looks nice.
Header frame, we're gonna make the height be 100. Here we go. Nice. Okay. Sweet. Let's go. Okay. That looks really good. That looks really good, boys. So what I think I'm going to do, actually, so I'm gonna make this even smaller at like 50, and the header will be 75. Okay, because this is just gonna have like our update or whatever. Cool. That looks really good. Nice. Okay. So what to do now? I wish I could use CSS like Tailwind. I could do this so much faster, dude. I liked Tailwind a lot. Just center the div, put the stuff in it, boom, 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 and we're done. But the thing is it's so much more work to link it all together. Someone's got to create Tailwind in Python. That'd be legendary.
Punch says Luo.
Okay. So what should I do now? So should I work on the portfolio tab? This is so difficult. See, this is where I need your guys' help here for the community project to start adding stuff. Let's go ahead and at least push this up. This is a community project, so if you guys want to participate, you guys are able to. Add stalker.
Punch says OFR, where is the GitHub link? Punch says GitHub.
Join the Discord link down below. It's in the Whackathon section. Stalker header frame. Stalker footer frame. So make sure, yeah, you can contribute, just make sure you're working on dev, and then just communicate like your ideas and what you want to add and stuff into the discussion of the Whackathon section, and we can chat about things to add and get like approval and move forward and go for it. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll see how it gets. It's my first time ever doing project management, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so for the portfolio,
Punch says okay. Might take a bit before I have an idea. Need to look through this.
so we have a portfolio tab, which is going to house just basically the portfolio. So we obviously on the portfolio page, so let's write some stuff down. On the portfolio page, we need, but the first thing we need is a create portfolio button, right? And we need a delete portfolio button. You can only have one portfolio, so the delete portfolio button needs safety, right? It needs checks. Like you can't, if you press it, it shouldn't just delete everything right away. You have to have safety. And then the create portfolio button also needs safety in the form of if portfolio return none, right? Like if there already is a portfolio, you return none. So then okay, so let's I don't even know. Styling is so hard. See, I have these days where I'll just style like an entire page just really easily, and then the next day I'm just like, bruh, nothing's coming ahead. So add portfolio, delete portfolio. Right. We need a section, obviously, to display the portfolio information if there is one. Okay. do I want to do this is the question. How do I want to do this is the question. Like, I think I would like to split up the portfolio into sections.
I says why not using I?
Lame. Who wants to use AI? We got brains for a reason. So then I just have a grid, left and right, of different weights. Different widths. Okay. 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 Okay, let's try this. Let's create a new thing here. Let's call this Stalker. Getting tired, boys. Stalker. Portfolio. .py. Okay, I'm gonna create a similar kind of makeup of this guy here.
What time zone you in?
PST, it's 12 a.m. right now. Boys, if you guys are here and not subbed, please sub for the late night. The late night crew. Okay, so we're gonna have Stalker portfolio. Right, and we're going to load in a frame. Okay. Right, and then we're going to have configure the frame to be the height of master dot winfo underscore width divided by 2. Right. And then, oh gosh. That's fine. Let's pack the label. So let's go to main here. Let's import from custom widgets dot stalker portfolio. Import stalker portfolio. Under the tab view, right, let's create a self dot stalker portfolio. Jeez. Say master is equal to self. Then let's add this in with a pack here. Let's pad the X. This is gonna go inside that, so we don't need to pad that. Fill both directions and expand true. Okay, so if I run this, no. Method. Okay, so nothing looks like it changed. So let's go to Stalker Portfolio here. Let's go ahead, not height, but I'm going to say width equals to this, half of the width. Or pack the label on.
Slow says the midnight stream.
Hey, Slow, we're running out of steam here, my guy. Quick, running out of steam quick here. So the Stalker portfolio is being packed. Onto master. The master is not on self, it's on self.stalker tabview.tab equal to quote portfolio. Portfolio. So why am I getting an error here though? Oh. Okay, so now if I run,
Aditya says incorrect syntax.
okay, so if I want to make the portfolio go onto the master of the tab view, so let's go ahead and add, let's go here to, instead of putting that here, let's put it into the tab view. That's your self.tab. And we'll go import, say from custom widgets dot stalker portfolio, import stalker portfolio. So let's do it within the portfolio rather here. Or sorry, within the tab view. Pack the tab view both, expand. So I want to make it half the width. I want to fill both X and Y direction. I want to just fill the Y direction. And I want to make the side equal to quote left. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we are getting something here. I think it's because it's half and half, and the stalker is just being cut off. So let me give a border to this frame. So self dot border width equals to what? Can you do it int? And then self dot border color is equal to what? Black. There's something there. Let's go.
Slow says if only you could do native app GUI with HTML CSS.
Okay, so within the frame, sorry, tab view, portfolio, border width, border black. We got the frame here. Oh, applied to the master inheritance. So this would be like border color equals black, border width equals to 2. Not get it. So this is quarks here. I mean, we're getting a little tick mark here of black. Stuff is hidden. The tab view, we're filling the Y direction. I guess let's go grid. Right, if this is just half and half. Let's go stalker portfolio.grid onto the master of the portfolio tab, and let's set row equal to 0, column equal to 0, right? And then what we'll do is we'll give self dot tab quote portfolio dot row configure row 0 weight of 1 column configure we'll give column configure 0 and 1, weights of 1, row weight of 1. We'll place this Stalker portfolio at 0, 0. Oh no, Stalker portfolio itself. No. Okay, so what am I trying to do here exactly? So my portfolio goes into the portfolio tab view. Right? The tab view for portfolio tab has a 0 and has 2 columns, 1 row. Right? We add the portfolio. No. The portfolio tab has just 1 row, 1 column of equal weight. And we go ahead and add that on there. Right? We add the frame of the portfolio into the portfolio tab at 0, 0. I'm actually going to just call .pack, say fill equals quote both expand equals to true. Okay, so that'll add the portfolio tab into the portfolio. Good, there's that border for the portfolio tab. Now what we can do, we have our portfolio tab, which has this label inside of it. We're going to create a left so we're going to say portfolio frame left section. So self dot stalker portfolio left section is equal to ctk dot ctk frame where we'll put into the master of self on the stock portfolio width is going to equal self dot wind info underscore width, and we'll divide that by 2. Right? And then I'm going to give a border of this here. Packet. Let's pack on the side equal to quote left Let's see what happens here. Docker portfolio left section is a frame applied to the Docker portfolio frame, where we have width equal to the win info, border color black, border width 2. Tab view has a portfolio that packs and expands into it.
Vishwan says, "Happy 4th of July, my guy."
Hey, 4th of July. I wonder what we're doing wrong here for this guy here. Like, what? Okay, so it's just the width, it's just not being drawn yet, basically. Okay, so let's replace this with a fixed width of, we know that the width of our frame is 900 with a padding of 15 on either side. So 30, so 870, we'll say 860. We do 430. So if we just say 420 to be safe. Okay. Not quite half. $600 puts us pretty beyond half. So how could I let's set this to like not be half, because it doesn't need to be half, it needs to be like 2/3. Let's do like 400. Okay, that's maybe like 500. A little bit more. Right. Okay. I want like a bigger section here, but I don't want it to look like don't want it to look like it's off center. So maybe we'll make it like to here. So maybe like 350 was a better choice. 375. Well, let's go back to 400. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. No. Let's just do the even 400. Okay. So now that'll be there, which is good. So let's fill this in the Y direction. And spill into the Y direction. And let's apply a X pad of left 15, right 7.5. pad X. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Now let's also apply a pad Y on the bottom here. So on the top is going to be 0, so apply a 15 on the bottom. There we go. So now what we're going to do is in our stock curve tab view, we're going to set up our portfolio. This is the left section. Now we're going to set up the right section. So, right section. Pack this onto the right. Pad X, 15 on the left. This would be 7.5 on the left, 15 on the right. Pad 0 on the top, 15 on the bottom, that's fine for the Y. Fill the Y. Okay, and then width of this guy is going to be, if that's 400, let's go 800 here. No, that's 200, that's much. Let's go 700 here. See what we get. Alright, cool. That's not bad either. That looks pretty dang good too. I'm just going to give a padding on the top here of like just 5.
Ace says hello.
Hey, how's it going, dude? Just to give some space there. Let me bring that in a little bit to make that match a little bit more. So let's say width is 710.
Ace says, what are you making?
Let's go 710 and then take off the borders. Let's make that width. Just 1 for testing. Stock kind of dashboard here. That looks pretty good. Okay. So this will be where your portfolio kind of information is, and this is where you'll kind of have a graph view of like a pie chart or a current like trajectory chart over time, yada yada yada, which I think will be good.
SN says hi. I tried to make filter input in JS, it drove me crazy. I left it for a while and rest, and now I'm watching you write your code. It's kind of overwhelming to me, but light.
What's so overwhelming about it? Thanks for coming in, SN. You should try a Python lambda function on your filter. It's pretty easy that way. What up, Ace? Okay, that looks good. Okay, so then that looks really good. So if I have a button up top, we have a text here for
A says I make websites too.
portfolio.
A says but not the actual website. A says just the functionalities.
Okay. Let's pack on the left section. Okay, so then let's go ahead. Let's add some basic info here. So let's say
Beth says hi, should I go with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or should I take I and ML path?
Honestly, dude, probably the AI ML path. It's the harder of the two paths, but it's going to be the most future-proof. So if we are going to have like a header, right? So it would just be a label.
PJ says love your consistency, bro. Keep it up.
Hey dude, how's it going? Thanks, PJ. You're awesome, my guy. Okay, so if we want to create a label, right, that has some functionality, so let's just do self dot these names are gonna get tough here because hey, come on, stop itching that. Hey, come on, it's okay. Stop. Why are you itching that? Your arm. It's all right. So I'll call this self dot I don't even know what to call it. Just for now. Master will be Docker portfolio left section. Portfolio left section. Left section title. Portfolio left section here. Width, height, border radius, text colors, disable tuple, input text, font, anchor. Which is going to be F string.
SN says hardest thing is logic, I think.
We'll say this is the header. It's going to be I don't need to access this. Let's just create it. Let's call. I'll put this as just a var that'll be equal to a string as. Meaning invest. Just call this, and then we'll just call.
SN says hardest thing is the logic, I think.
Hack. Portfolio left section title. Hack.
Josh says Python and Ginger.
Yeah. Hey Josh. How's it going, my guy? So we'll pack it on. Is the thing is I can automatically change this with a function, right? So then what we can do is pack Deming investments onto there, but it's shrinking to fit the content. So if I say propagate, it's this. So here. Propagate false. And then there we go. We say here for the label will provide a foreground color of trans.
Josh says ads. Josh says, have you done this one? Link. Arian says if you can make logic then you can program. That's main thing and hard thing.
Let's see why the background color. How do I update the background color here? Foreground color transparent. So I thought. Still getting a background. Let's put that border.
SN says yeah. Arian says hello, how are you, brother? SN says I'm good, thanks man.
So you can say background color full transparent as well. If you need to, I guess. That doesn't do it, that's still. So let's say foreground color black.
Arian says, I am gonna do the same thing, learning while live.
So,
Josh says, what are you doing?
oh, I think it's just covering up the border. Oh, because of background color. So stock portfolio left section. I want to make sure it has a foreground color as well.
Arian says it is the same as Tinker.
So I might want to use grid. So it's instead of packing on the left section title onto the parent. Let's call grid here. Call grid here. Let's do row 0, column 1, column 0. Column span equals okay, so then let's set the pack the left section in to the portfolio. Then it's called self.stalker portfolio section. Row configure over 0. Okay, wait 1. Row, we'll give it a second row 1. Let's wait at 1. We'll give it 2 columns. Let's say dot I call that grid propagate false. Grid. Huh, that's interesting. I want to see what this looks like. So ctk dot label, right? We call grid row column span, and then we can give a pad y equal to 10 and 0. Left section is property we pack it in. Let's just call pack. We can give the padding here. Call pack. We can say for the label. It's pad X. Portfolio, investments. Push it down a little bit more there. Okay. Nice. All right. Jeez, there's a lot to get done here. Oh boy, I'm gonna need your help styling this, you guys.
Defaulter says hello. Defaulter says bro.
Hey, how's it going, Defaulter? I asked the Almighty Orb to make me a logo for Stalker. Let's see what it's able to give us here.
Defaulter says hello, brother.
Hey, dude. My name's Michael. I'm 26. I got a degree in human bio and my minor in chemistry. I work as a formulation chemist for a biotech company. And I stream and teach myself how to code every single day.
Defaulter says you are new.
I've been teaching myself for a little over a year.
Defaulter says.
Alright. That's a good logo. That's a good logo.
Defaulter says where are you from?
That's a pretty good logo. That's a pretty good logo. I'm from the United States here. It's not bad. Okay.
Defaulter says which logo?
This is what the Almighty Orb came up with. Look at that. It's pretty good. For our app here, Stalker. That's pretty much exactly what I had in mind. Like an arrow like that exactly. That's so funny. It read my mind. Okay.
Defaulter says ooh. Defaulter says yeah.
So for this
SN says yeah, it is nice.
that looks good. Okay. So actually I'm going to delete the footer. There we go.
Defaulter says one day you are big developer. Defaulter says, I am from Pakistan.
I set the height. Tab view. Goes beyond. Stalker tab view. I give
Aaron says hey man, appreciate your work.
Hey dude, how's it going, my guy? I appreciate you coming in here.
Aaron
I'm
says, by the way,
confused.
what's the reason for choosing Python? I'm just curious.
I'm a scientist. It kind of goes hand in hand. And you can kind of build whatever you want in Python. So then why, this is the Stalker portfolio. The left section, the tab view. We put the Stalker portfolio onto the
I am started Python.
So I go here. Onto tab view, and I give a
Defaulter says from Shira I am coding school, very nice teachers.
So height isn't working here. Okay, so why is it, so tab view. So let me take off this expand, what happens? Now the height is set. So let me set now the tab view. That's pushed off. Still pushed off. So now it's on. So let me set, let's go. What if I set,
SN says take some water, it will be better.
if I set the fills to height of the widget itself.
Aurora says I'm surprised you're streaming again today, lol. How's it going so far?
Let's see, stuff that. It's going good. $1,200 by 900. I go this one more in that. Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll set it to 1,000. We take the tab view. We pack, we fill both. We call expand true. Set this to 500. It'll expand, grow, yes. If I omit the height, expand, perfect. So now let me go ahead and set here the padding in the Y direction, top 15, bottom 0. Padding 0, 15. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we got that on the bottom there. Good. So I'm going to increase the size though of the header frame to 150. There we go. I'm gonna put our Stalker logo up here.
SN says, is it a portfolio or something else?
It's a stock portfolio. I like this one. You guys are here, please subscribe and like the stream. It's a late night vibe. We're over 1 a.m. for me right now. I've been streaming for 2 hours in this session. I had another one earlier session for about 2 hours, so 4-hour stream session today. Pretty good so far, guys. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and push this up. Alright, you guys, this is a public project in my Discord, my community Discord, link down below. So if you're wanting to participate, please do so. Please, suggest pull requests on dev branch, the dev branch. If you have ideas for features you would like to add or designs you would like to add, please, discuss them with us in the Discord before you go ahead and do so. I will not, accept any, PRs unless they are discussed beforehand, and kind of accepted by the entire group. Nice, dude. Appreciate you so much, SN. You're a great guy. So, if you're wanting to participate and be involved in this, please do so. It's a great opportunity here to participate in a kind of a community project. Right now, I'm building this with Dekinter, and then eventually, if we want to, we could expand it out to a full stack app from there. But I think it'd be fun to just keep it in Python for now, and then expand out to React, Tailwind, CSS, which are easier than this. In my opinion, because styling is so much easier to center divs and align things up. A lot more customization and easier to customize. All right, so what we'll have here is portfolio information that will pertain to the actual portfolio. So, the various statistics that have it, such as the total stock asset value, the running cash, and the unrealized gain of the portfolio. And then here we can have like a pie chart of the division of the, the division or the, distribution of cash and stock asset value amongst the accounts, right? And then you could also have a potential, graph view of all of the positions, right? So you could have like, graph view of Apple positions and stuff like that. So I think it's going pretty good so far, little by little, building up. But I think I'm done coding for tonight, you guys. If you guys want to chat about something here before I go, I'm down. Sorry I wasn't really getting to a lot of chats in the after hours. I don't really do a lot of, in the after hours stuff, I'm just grinding a coding session. So if you guys want to have me be a little bit more talkative, come to the earlier sessions. During the normal hours. The after hours, I'm just grinding, just vibing, hanging out. But this is a great start so far, where we have kind of a heading section up here to put our logo. I'm thinking we put our logo over here. We put like a kind of like a last refreshed thing over here. We have like a create and delete portfolio button that will be up here. So you'll have create and portfolio and then delete portfolio up here, and then like a refresh button, refresh portfolio, refresh, and then like a force refresh to force to refresh the new values or new updated ticker values or whatnot with Pi Finance, Y Finance, and then we'll have so if you press the add, it'll open up a new window, basically a new pop-up to put in some information to add, and then it'll populate the form here, and then you can go to accounts and add various accounts within here, right? Or should I make the portfolio portion be in here, like add and delete portfolio here? So I'll probably have to put in some placeholder label data though to house the information, such as like this has the name, right? Then we'll have to have all of the other stuff that comes with portfolios. So right inside.
SN says so good so far.
That's not good. Oh crap. My files disappeared. They got deleted somehow. Good thing we're using Git. Okay, so I want to restore this file.
Rashmi says hi.
I deleted some files and committed. Okay, so I goofed up here. Okay, let me go here. Not sure how this happened, but luckily we're using Git. Git saved me a couple times now, you guys. Highly suggest you guys learn how to use Git if you haven't yet, because I've had a couple of files accidentally be deleted, and then I commit on top and move on, and next thing you know, I'm gone, and yeah. I do not want to delete all these I wrote.
Rashmi says, Michael, I know Python like theoretically. Can you suggest how do I build something big with it? Like I never work on a big Python code or something like that, so suggest me.
Well, honestly, dude, if you're struggling, if you've never built anything big, then I would highly suggest to not like take off more than you can chew right now. And what I mean by that is like not saying that you couldn't do it, right? But I found that to be very difficult as a beginner, and still, into kind of beginner intermediates level. If I'm starting to build like a big project and the code base gets very large and unorganized, it gets very, very hard for me to continue. So I think you should just take things in levels, especially if you're new, and be okay with taking things in levels, right? You're not going to be, you need to be realistic with yourself. Like, you're not going to be, I'm realistic with myself. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not Jensen Huang. I'm not I'm not going to be making the next Fortune 500 product here in my room, building this little Stalker app, right? I'm not reinventing the wheel or doing anything crazy.
Also a biochemist, currently self-learning data science.
Nice, dude. Right? I'm not like going to be making something that's so innovative that's it's just unknown before, right? It's not, it doesn't work like that. Um, the real value is just taking things slow and building upon the previous knowledge little by little and getting a mastery in it. Right? This is not a speed run. This is a mastery run. Decision account portfolio.
World says big projects happen naturally when you get better.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I got those files back. Phew. This isn't working now. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Okay, we got those back. So, Rashmi, I'm not like saying that.
I'm asking like I want to code by myself. It's really confusing sometimes cause of odd.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think we're talking along the same lines, dude. Like, you know, start with things that are small. Like, it's, I really there's some like facade. I think I had it too. Like, I wanted to just jump right in and create the next Facebook, the next whatever. But I can't. Like, I need to be honest with myself. Like, I just can't. And if I tried, I would probably, yeah, I might be able to create something, like, get something out in maybe like a year and a half. But, like, the opportunity cost and times, the sunken cost, right? The sunk cost fallacy of all that time spent grinding, something I wasn't really ready to be grinding on, pause, rather than focusing on something more on my level and then slowly getting up there, I think is much more beneficial the latter. What do you guys think? And then with I mean, I use AI to learn. Like, I'm prompting AI over here on my other screen for questions, right? Right? I'm prompting for questions, but this is about like learning, right? I'm not giving it like massive code chunks. I'm just asking little blocks here. Now, yes, I did give it my full. I wrote all of this and then I gave it, right? I wanted it to evaluate what I wrote and then tell me, okay, what am I doing well? It gave me what I'm doing well and it gave me some recommendations, right? And then I took those with a grain of salt. But what I did was I actually wrote all of this at the start, right? And if I just had it write it for me, then I wouldn't know what changes to make and how to get to my desired outcome. But I got 99% of the way there, 95% of the way there, asked for some tweaks, and then I think that's the appropriate way to go about it. Or even better, saying don't show me code verbally, walk me through some changes that I could make to better, you know, reach my end goal and whatnot. So, but yeah, I definitely use. It's not it's like don't let it become a crutch, but don't let it not be a resource, right? It still is a learning tool that is one of the best learning tools of our entire generation, of the world's ever seen. Okay, cool. So let's go get out of here. Get recovered. So we recovered those files, good. Now we're not missing anything else. I deleted the footer. I made this. I added this. And here I added all of these I modified those. And I added the position account, portfolio, and transaction and modified testing.
That I could learn and code.
Yeah, for some reason those files got deleted during here. During right here.
Rashmi says that you actually helpful that you able to code like this. Mask says how long have you been learning?
I've been teaching myself a little over a year now. I need to take off these branch permissions.
Mask says only Python?
I build projects in React, CSS, HTML, Tailwind, JavaScript, but yeah, it's mainly Python. Pull request before merging.
Rashmi says 2 to 3 mon. Mask says thought of going to ML? Rashmi says now I'm moving towards ML bot.
Pull request before merging.
SN says how many hours a day do you study these things?
Alright, just merged changes onto main from dev, so we should be good. So guys, if you want to participate in the project, I'm open to you guys also participating. So just know that you guys contribute and push changes onto dev. Let me go ahead and they'll make those revisions to those changes. Put back to PR. Settings. Hackathon. Settings. Rules, branches. Rule sets.
Rashmi says not complete Python that I have feel DSA in Python that feel sucks and many time I feel like which are essential or not kind everything.
Okay, I just added those rule sets back. If you guys could be so kind, and if you have a GitHub, this is the Whackathon project. If you guys want to participate, I'm going to go ahead and link it here in the description of the video, or not description, right here in chat. Go ahead and throw a star and fork it. Join my Discord link down below in the description and the profile of my Twitch, and you can get access to the Whackathon section of the Discord where you can discuss, features and kind of communicate in the discussion regarding, what we want to add and whatnot. So I got to the point where I wanted to get to a point where I got the structure started for you guys to kind of get something going, have some actual working parts. And now that I've got some tools such as these class objects, account, portfolio, position, and transaction to be able to actually, link together a kind of tree structure of an entire portfolio with multiple accounts, with multiple positions with it, right? So you have a portfolio with multiple accounts underneath it, potentially, and those accounts can have multiple positions within it. So it's kind of, and then all of that propagates back up to giving overall overarching values, not only the individual accounts for stock asset value and cash, but also transmitting those values up and summing for the overarching portfolio distributed across all accounts, across all positions. So right now it links together all nicely via the object-oriented the classes here, and then I'm starting to get a window going for Python to Kinter here for actually adding and creating the portfolio initially, viewing the stock asset value, cash, unrealized gain, seeing your distribution across all your accounts in a graphical format or graph format, having an accounts like a view here of all of your accounts, having a transaction like a log of all the individual transactions that took place, and then settings to kind of customize the overarching process. So pretty cool so far. We got a lot of work to go. I think we can get this project done in maybe about 2 weeks time. But yeah, it's going to be quite the grind here every day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. No worries.
It's around 1 to 3.
No worries, you guys. Let me know what you guys want to discuss in the Discord. If you have any questions, I'll answer them in the Discord. Be on the lookout for my Python crash course, try it yourself solution videos. I recorded 3 of them today. I uploaded one, or I recorded 4 actually. One was old. I just edited it up and I uploaded it. So I have 3 ready to go to upload back to back to back over the next 3 days. And tomorrow I have the day off, or today, July 4th, I have the day off of work for the holiday. So I will be recording 3 more videos. So I'll have 6 ready to go back to back to back to back to back. And I also have week 8 and 9 of the Harvard CS50X watch along that I have on backlog that I have left to upload, right? We already finished that course. We started January 1st, 2025 and finished in March. And so I have a couple of videos I need to upload in my backlog. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Stumbled on this by chance joining the Discord.
Nice, dude. Thanks so much for being here.
Python essential, not everything.
No worries. Yeah, Python's pretty simple, so I highly suggest taking a stab at some Python crash course problems, maybe reading through a couple of chapters in Python crash course to get some familiarity with its process. It's pretty simple. But obviously with practice, obviously it's not so simple with no practice. So thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. For the late night stream, we streamed for 2 hours and 45 minutes today. And then we had a part 1 stream, an earlier, not the after hours, but normal hour stream at 7 p.m. PST. So I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I teach myself how to code every single day after my job as a formulation chemist. And so I've been grinding. I put in literally like 12, 15-hour days of not only my current job, but coding every single day. I've been doing it for the past 6-8 months now straight, and teaching myself, in total for about a year now. This is my life. This is my grind. I don't do anything else. I can't remember the last time I hung out with friends outside of work, really outside of like working hours. I grind this. I'm really, we had a job interview last week for a software engineer chemist position that we actually didn't get. Unfortunately, we didn't do too hot in the technical interview. They didn't ask us actually anything about chemistry. They mainly just wanted an advanced Python scripter. Yes, I can do some Python scripting, but I mainly build projects and do a lot of chemistry, like data related manipulation and stuff. So the job description and title and what they were offering was a little bit misleading to what they were asking me. They didn't ask me a single thing about chemistry, not even about elements, not even about electrons, protons, nothing at all related to chemistry whatsoever or biology. They mainly, so the title didn't have anything to do with chemistry in my opinion. They mainly just wanted a Python scripter, an advanced one. Now my website, Rashmi, has all my information on it, so you can get access and see kind of my background, my education, and my GitHub currently, and get access, and then my about, just blog posts, and then a list of all my concurrent projects I've built so far, and then access to my community, my Discord, my YouTube, and my LinkedIn with links to all of those. So michaeldeming.com, you can go to just my name, michaeldeming.com. You can access my website, and yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, I'll let you know in the Discord when I go live. In Iraq, dude, nice. Yeah, we got quite the reach on this channel. I got a lot of international friends. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We're pushing towards 3,000 subs hopefully soon. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Oh, so this is what we got today, right? We built this Tkinter site, or we got this first kind of draft going for this site, or this page, which is really nice. And we polished up all of our other class bugs, got everything fixed, and then built all of these custom kind of widget objects to build that overarching structure. So a lot of movement today. So thank you guys for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.